actually.
All right, cool. We're live.
Hello.
Hey.
I'm gonna take this opportunity to go ahead and let everybody introduce themselves.
All right, I'll start. My
Yeah,
name
sure.
is Tiana. What else do you say? Just say who you are.
Yeah, just to introduce yourself. Your relation to me and everything else.
Okay. My name is Tiana, like I already said. Hello world. I'm introducing myself. This is my cousin. Girl is my cousin. And my senior as well. So it's just,
And what you do, like what you
Oh, I'm the CSO?
No, in life. Like
she took my brand. That's what's up, cuz.
No, that's love.
CSO for the brand.
That's love.
For the brand right
in
here.
life. Okay, so
that's promotion.
I do a lot of stuff, but as far as like job wise, I'm a leasing manager for a student housing property at my school, Kennesaw State University, where I'm a senior graduating May 5th at 10 a.m. with a degree in marketing.
Damn, that's what's
Oh,
And then
I'm Tiara, CFO of Fair Magnetic brand. Check it out right here. Yes. I'm in college, part-time worker at the recreation department. I don't know. That's pretty
Janisha, go ahead.
She wanted to get in. My name is Janisha Cook. I am Tyler's favorite person. Well, I'm his cousin-in-law. We cousin in the water. And I work at, I ain't gonna tell y'all where I work because I don't want y'all coming up in that bitch. But I work, I hustle, and I scam. I'm kidding.
She's really a nice person.
I'm a good person. Yeah.
She's really a sweetheart.
She's cute. Oh my goodness.
So, cuz
okay,
you are involved in the sorority, right?
Yes.
So, give me like a perspective, because like I know like a lot of people don't know much. I know like they have a perspective on what it is to be in a fraternity or sorority, but I don't necessarily that they know like the ins and outs. And I know that it's some stuff that you can't speak on too, right?
Yeah.
So it's almost like a mystique about like
the water,
what you're in. You know what I'm saying? Like So like, what about it can you speak on?
Well, I'm going to say this. So I am in a sorority, Alpha Kappa Alpha sorority incorporated, but I'm also in a fraternity, a business fraternity, Delta Sigma Pi. So that's a brotherhood. This is a sisterhood, of course. So I kind of like, they both have their own rituals. They both have their own ins and outs about them that can't be spoken of, and you only know once you're in an organization.
There's rituals,
and you see what goes on.
Okay. Gotcha. So like it's like when you say rituals, ceremonies. Okay. Like pledging ceremonies and stuff.
Not necessarily pledging.
Okay.
No. I would say more so like things I can't speak on.
Oh, gotcha. Well, that's pretty clear.
We'll just do that. But as far as for like why I joined these things, but it's just opportunity for myself, be able to connect with more people that are obviously like me because we have something in common. It's never to really like, oh, I want to be like a part of something. Like, yes, the sisterhood is great. Yes, the brotherhood is great. But I feel like I stand well alone. But like nobody makes it like just purely alone. Like, and if you do, then I'm like, oh wow, like I met my maker. It's you, Jesus, because it's the only person who has. You know what I'm saying? So just to create that network of support that I've been searching for in my collegiate career, because literally when people say like, oh, What you gonna do in college? Network, build my career, build my name, build my brand. So yeah.
And your name is your brand.
No, definitely, yeah.
So you can't let nobody step on it, throw dirt on it, nothing. You gotta defend yourself for real.
Of course, yeah. And that's all you have at the end of the day.
Mm-hmm.
At all times for sure. So my question is, and this is like one of the biggest compelling questions that I find these days, is that what is your idea overall of life? What do you feel exactly this thing is?
Want me to go first?
Because I mean, it doesn't matter who goes first. It's just that sometimes we get so overwhelmed in a system that has been presented to us time and time again. So we tend to get lost in what we really want. So I'm curious, and the days turn into years real quick. So with that time passing, it's like what do you want out of life? You know what I'm saying? Because I know, like, cuz touched on, she said it's not necessarily wanting to be a part of something, and that's the ignorance that I had back in the day when I was like in high school, and I would see older classmates go on to the next level. I would think like, oh, they're just trying to be a part of something, or they're just following who they were with. I always looked at it because it was more so like an insecurity. You know what I'm saying? I feel like we go through these different social steps in life. Like when we're in middle school, you got the people that you grew up with in your neighborhood or whatever, and then when you go to high school, some people stray away, some people split up. You're not always going to be with the same people. So then that's when I feel like you really get out of your comfort zone the most. I know that's when I was out of mine. When I had to reinvent myself in a sense, and it was for a sense of longingness to be a part of something. So that's why, like, I asked the question, like, what was it that made you join? Just out of curiosity. Lyfe, Janisha, you wanted to go first.
I did not, but it's okay.
You volunteered yourself.
All right. Well, my outlook on life is that we're all here for a reason.
What exactly the reason?
It can just be for somebody. You can be there for just like, I feel as if like people's energies, like some people need other people to feel like, well, to do things as if like.
But that can't be what you think.
No, not. It's multiple reasons. It's like
multiple reasons for life.
Like we're all here for a reason. Like I might be here to save somebody. You don't find out the reason until I feel like after you're brief.
Yeah.
As soon as you do what you're here for, you're gone.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like as soon as you find that reason, it might take years.
Physically within your life, like you could impact somebody else, and that could have been your purpose.
Exactly,
to impact that person at that moment in that time.
Yeah, like it ain't always about just impacting somebody, but it's just like we're all here for a reason, and it just might be for saving someone's life, or either just
being there for somebody during a certain time.
Coming here to wake people up on this world, to like let them realize like life is not a game, but it's what's on you. I mean, it's not what's on you, it's what's in you, and that's what Nip said, and that's a true thing. So that's what they can't take away. So you're here to learn. And some people don't know everything, and you don't either. So you need to always have an open ear. You always just need to, like, if you have game, put somebody on. Like, people just, it's so many people around here that walk around blind to me.
Of course,
Black people.
Black people especially.
We are
like,
very, very uneducated.
Ooh.
But then,
uneducated.
what do you say to that person that's lonely, that's insecure, that's in that dark place, that's in their head, that's constantly trying to find the right in life, and everything is just going wrong? What do you say to that person that's looking for that closure, is looking for, to just be wanted, to just be loved, and they're trying to figure out what life is, and they're searching.
And that's when they need to wake up in the morning and look in the mirror every day and
But
understand that for the rest of your life, this is who you are. This is what you're gonna look like.
But they look in the mirror and they hate themselves. Every day they go to school, every day they see somebody else and tell them they're ugly.
We're only flesh, but deep down it's something called a soul, and that's what we're here to fix.
But see, some kids don't understand it, and that's what he's speaking at a perspective as like
as a child, like
not as a child's mindset, as well as just explain. What do you
mean? I'm just talking about just period. It doesn't necessarily have to be a child. It can be someone that's a young adult or even an adult. You know what I'm saying? What do you say to this person? And I'm asking, from a female's perspective.
But now, I feel like what.
I grew up around mean people. Well, like I went to school where it was like it was more whites than blacks,
right?
And I was around a lot of people that did not love themselves, so they tried to tear other people down.
Mm-hmm.
And I learned myself to understand that for you to say something hateful about somebody, that's an insecurity from you.
Mm-hmm.
Like you would pick that out about them because that's what you don't see in yourself.
Right, but then that comes with some sort of evolutionary growth, does it not? Because in that moment when you're being, bullied,
and that's another thing I have in my notes. I have everybody that walks this earth, we all had a day in our lives to where we can say, like, this day or what happened today has changed my life. It's not about like changing your life physically.
Mm-hmm.
It can to let you know that like it can change like the way you think about things. It just the way you feel, the way you cope, like death. Everybody on death easily. And then, but you know what? We all gotta die. That's something we can't run from. It's just that we have to understand it. It's not to be scared about it, because why be scared when we're energy? We'll never die.
I think it's a beautiful disaster.
I feel, for sure.
Yeah. That's the only thing that's for sure about life.
I
feel like it's worthy.
I think when you,
it's a blessing to me.
I think when you die, you also could be.
But if you're out here dying in the streets, out here shooting folks up, now that's different.
Not necessarily.
But like if you walk the straight line and it's your time to go, you did what's right. God done with you. He done using you. That's one thing about it. God put us here to use us.
Right.
Yeah.
And your dream should always be something that, like, what would you be doing if money wasn't involved?
Right.
That's a dream.
That's good.
Yeah, that's very interesting.
But this we're going to talk about off camera because I don't think I ever told you about something.
Okay.
I feel like the best advice though to give somebody back to your question would be, it's not always going to be like this.
Yeah, and
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, for sure.
It's going to you're going to have better days,
but you can't be comfortable forever.
I feel like this is just a temporary position right now that you're in.
I feel like it's hard to talk to someone in that moment, feeling that way, because at that moment in that way, you've gotten into your own head.
Mm-hmm.
Your voice is the only voice you hear. You might hear another voice, Satan, whoever,
right?
Bad energy, bad vibes. You're hearing that
reaction
with your your voice, and you don't hear nothing that nobody else is saying to you. I love you. Don't do this. Da, 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 da. Like you're this, you're that. All positive affirmations. You can shoot that out constantly. But if they're inside their head giving all of these negative thoughts and it's been going on for a long time, you're not with them when they go to sleep.
Right.
You don't know how long these thoughts been in their head. Yeah. And like you said, it's a moment that changes things. And you I wish like you could literally just like shake people out of that. because it's a really sad thing to see, especially when you
Yeah.
notice it and they feel like they playing it off. But it's just like, I don't know.
But what is it that you feel that you think makes us who we are? That makes us us. That makes easy.
Your experiences, what you go
Yes.
through in life.
Definitely.
That's
The
what
pain,
makes you you.
The pain.
I've
the
never
struggle.
met somebody that's haven't been through nothing.
Yes.
I mean,
Never.
it could be something so petty, but like
They stories,
us,
they chapters.
Right.
Right.
Everybody's been through something.
everybody's been through something. Like, nobody has
We've
ever
just
had a
all-
pure life.
Right. We've just all been through things differently, but everybody's been through something in their life.
And like, life is not a game, like I said, but it's a game. Like, it's gonna test you.
Oh yeah.
You know, like, you know, me, I'm gonna say my ego is, want to pop off on them, but deep down, I should be like, I need to pray for them.
Right.
You know,
Right.
but it's just like,
We gotta start thinking before we react to situations.
exactly. So that's
Yeah.
where that comes in. And I feel like people be at war with themselves too much. Like, mental health is really a problem.
It's an issue.
And I don't think nobody speaks on it, especially Black men.
Yes. Yes. Definitely.
Black men, they need to speak on it more. And
It's a
Black
stigma.
women, you need to check on them. Like, don't always just want to be like, where you at, what you doing, who you with, blah, blah, blah.
Right,
Ask
right.
them, like, how they feeling today.
There's a
How
reason
you
why he
doing?
popping perks and drinking.
Yeah.
Right,
Right.
right.
It's a
Tell him
reason.
this.
Like, he's numb, and
Mhm.
of course you wish you
Numbing
could fix
himself.
it.
Stop
But-
being selfish and just thinking about yourself.
Do something like teach him about meditation.
Right.
Teach him to read more.
And that brings me to another thing that I wanted to talk about. How would you right now deal with the signs, or what signs would you look for rather, and then what next steps would you take towards helping your significant other get through depression or something that they're going through? Like if they're using certain elements to numb themselves, of course they're numb the pain with something.
I can tell y'all that stuff is very hard.
It truly
It's very hard to watch somebody and like
Especially
literally that needs help,
Mhm.
like needs help. You can reach out to whoever you can reach out to their mama, you can reach out to their best friend. It don't matter.
Well, I could tell you from, just a male's perspective, like a lot of the times, it's just testosterone, it's ego.
Exactly.
A lot of the
They don't
times
want to put
it's
it
that
away.
we
It's
don't
in the
know
mind.
we don't know
It's
we don't know how to deal with our struggles. We don't know how to talk to people. Our whole life we've been told that we're supposed to be this
We're afraid
masculine
to feel
figure.
weak.
We're supposed to be this. We're supposed to be the breadwinner. We're supposed,
Exactly.
there's no
And that
point
takes
in time.
time and patience.
Hold on, there's no point in time where they tell us to where there's a structure to be, or a point in time rather, to where we can be vulnerable. You know what I'm saying? There's no point in time where they tell us to be in tune with our feelings. There's always the ones that need to be concealing. You know what I'm saying? Or consoling rather, when your girl is going through it, or your family member is going through it. It's never we're the ones that's open to being held. You know what I'm saying? To being the ones that's giving a hug, being the ones that's told, I love you, everything's gonna be okay. You know what I'm saying? It's always the other way around.
Because men
It's
don't
a
show
very bad
vulnerability.
stick. Well,
They're afraid to be weak.
I don't know.
Afraid to be seen as weak.
And then
I don't know
that-
necessarily about that
Yeah.
all the time, because
Listen,
it
I
might
want
not.
to say
Hold on,
something
wait.
that's gonna change your mind about
It might, because it might not necessarily always be that we're not.
I feel like they're afraid.
We're afraid to show
that.
it.
Yes, that's why I
They
said
are,
they're
but you
afraid.
gotta
They're
understand,
It takes-
seen weak.
Some
It takes
people,
time. It takes
look,
time.
we all have
It
a
takes time.
loving granny, correct?
Listen, for a man to tell you, for a man to tell you that he loves you besides his mom, that means
Something.
that means something.
I know, but
Yeah.
listen,
Of course.
a lot
That's
of
showing feeling.
people,
That's showing emotion. That's showing
a
vulnerability.
lot of males and females, we were raised off love and not survival.
Mhm.
Some people had to have sex to get clothes on their back as a young girl. Some guys had to sell drugs at 9 or 10 years old to help their mom pay the bills.
Right.
It was a choice. It was a choice.
I know it was
These are choices that you're making.
I know,
It
but
really
you gotta.
wasn't choices. It was sacrifices.
It's
that they had to
sacrifices.
make
Like, you gotta
to
think
live.
about it. 11-year-old girl cannot walk in McDonald's and be like, "Can I get a job?"
Sacrifices are choices that we
But
can't.
sometimes you can't control these choices that you have to make.
I mean, trust
Not when
me.
you're a child.
As 11-year-old,
Not at 9 and 10.
your mom's on drugs,
you know,
in and out the house.
prostitute, those exist.
Tyler, you don't understand. People go
Bro.
through. What you mean?
We're in 2020.
Yeah,
bro.
people
I
get
know,
raped.
but hold on, wait.
Kids are jumping out of windows.
Yeah.
Going sneaking
No,
at
hold on.
1, 2 o'clock.
This is
Walking.
Yeah,
Facts.
yeah,
And then this is
What
the
are you talking
highest
about?
2020.
I'm talking about. I thought.
We got 12-year-olds that's pregnant out here, bro.
Yeah.
Like, what do you mean?
No. Okay.
So there may be an 8 or 9-year-old prostitute out here somewhere. I'm pretty sure there
It
is
is,
because
and it's not really
she's
even a
been kidnapped.
Okay, exactly.
And she's
We're
also
missing the
been
point.
raped.
Wait, hold on.
By
wait.
her mom's boyfriend, you don't know. By her
Listen,
cousin.
listen. I was
We
were talking about
68%.
choices. We were talking about choices.
But you were
We were
saying
talking about,
that.
and then you mentioned the 9-year-old.
But
And
this
then
is
that's what
all.
you said.
This
The
is all.
sacrifices that she's had
That's
to make.
category.
That she's making.
As a
Because
9-year-old.
you said choices.
That's the
that
we're giving you examples, Tyler. Like,
right.
Yeah, but
You said that
okay,
we,
go ahead.
that we
Because I don't want to
should-
get
that we
off topic
choose
by
the
random.
choices that we make.
Of course.
Sometimes we don't though.
Exactly. Yeah. Okay. All right.
That was just my point that I was making. Sometimes we don't get to choose the choices that we make.
and you gotta
That's a
listen to
sacrifice. We just
at
have to do it. It's a
6
sacrifice.
years old, your mama lost her job. She has this boyfriend that sells drugs. He touches your little sister. You know, he does all this stuff, you know.
Right.
All right, your mom has to basically beg and plead this man all the time just to help and put food in your mouth. You get tired of hearing your mom beg about something.
Mhm.
That's why them little boys want to get up and go get that money themselves. But they can't walk in especially as a black man, they can't walk in no job all the time and just gonna get it. And then at 11, 12 years old, you're not getting hired nowhere. That's why niggas start off trapping early.
Mhm. Mhm.
And then females, they looking like, okay, I can't get a job. What can I do? Like,
They looking for an easy way.
yeah, cutting your neighbor's grass for $30, $40 it'll help out, but it's not gonna get you nowhere.
Yeah.
Like, so people has had a way harder life than us. That's why I'm very understanding.
Mhm.
Like, you just gotta look at it like that. Some people has had kids and don't even have a house. They just go have these babies and don't have nowhere to go.
All right.
So people just don't wake up and just have it like us. We have a
Right,
job. We have
right.
a car. Some people don't have cars.
Like you said, we was shown love.
We
We
was
was
raised off love and not survival.
Survival,
And that
right.
is a pure example of survival.
That's what's wrong with the world today. People are not shown enough love.
And
But at the
some
same
people
time,
that I
They don't know
never
how to show
heard.
it,
But this,
Yeah.
Exactly.
and they don't know how to show it. That's
People
why
are
the
not
world's
showing
filled with
enough
hate.
love.
Exactly.
But you know, it's one of those things. It's kind of like a paradox. It's like we gotta show love and instill it, but then at the same time,
But God also put you through things like that so you can actually call on him.
That's true.
And I mean truly call on him, not just say a prayer one day because you're just going through it. You need to actually tell him to use you, guide you, show you what's wrong. And he'll paint a picture so perfect. You just gotta understand it.
it's very interesting that you say that. No, really, because you know, speaking of the church, is one of those things. I know that
You don't have to go to church to love God.
Of course.
Church is in your heart.
Mhm.
What's on, Janisha? Would you like to? Well, to do that?
If that's whatever you're on, saying it like it's the truth.
No, that is real. No, for sure. You said that you had something else that you wanted to.
Yeah, I told you.
That you wanted to touch on. On them steps,
Kimmel.
looking at the dog. Yeah, like she got soft.
Right? I don't know.
Damn, Taysha.
Yeah, this might be a bug or something.
I don't know.
Taysha,
Oh,
get your. It's like really black on your arm. It's a bug because it's moving.
no, it's not. Oh, it is. No, it's not.
What is it?
Okay, I have this quote
She look
that
like,
moved me, and it's always stuck with me. You
like
are
Taraji,
a
a baby
spirit in a body, not a
Stupid.
body with a spirit. So making the body beautiful is fun, but making the spirit beautiful is the main goal of this life. Let me read it again. You are a spirit in a body, not a body with a spirit. So making the body beautiful is fun, but making the spirit beautiful is the main goal of this life. So this weave, the nails, being a bad bitch, okay, that shit look good, but don't no nigga want a bird brain bitch. Like, you need to have your own bread, know how to move with and without a man. And then it's just a part of you loving yourself. That shit comes first. Like, you can't love nobody if you do not love yourself.
Let me ask you a question. Have you forgiven yourself?
Yeah, like a long time ago. But I ain't gonna say I've never been really harsh. I feel like I've always kept it true at a young age.
Because I know, from personal experience, I can't necessarily say that I've, at a certain point, I
never felt like I needed to keep up with anybody.
Right, sure. I never knew myself fully at a certain point to forgive myself, so I didn't know how. You know what I'm saying? I was lost. I was at this place to where I was really trying to figure out what life was, what my life was. Why was I dealt this card? You know what I'm saying? Why was certain people afforded luxury situations in families, such as a 2-parent household? Why wasn't I? You know what I'm saying? Why was, just certain things. And then the longer that life went on, the more that I realized, those are certain things that I felt entitled to, as opposed to looking at the reality of the situation. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is a card that I was dealt in life. This is a card that they was dealt in life. I can't control that. I can only control my now. I can't do anything about somebody else's situation. I feel like a lot of the times.
So what you've been through should have taught you something, right? Now you need to look at it. Quit looking at it playing victim. You a hard body. Take that shit. That shit it happened to you you got them 2 pair of eyes for a reason.
Of course.
God gave us all different sets of eyes.
Sure.
He gave us all different paths. It led us to one another for a reason.
Sure.
Been through can either teach you,
no.
or it either can show you to this is how shit is.
She's not leaving.
Well, good thing we're speaking from her perspective.
Shut up.
She's so fucking old, bro.
Let her out. That's all she's gonna be quiet.
What is that?
Bro, she got socked by one of the staff trying to say. So
she gonna still walking. Bye. Because he can leave.
Bye tomorrow.
Wait, bro. How you doing this my favorite?
That's parlay.
What's that?
Parlay. You're not African American, obviously. You don't know who Desi Banks is?
Desi.
Hey, parlay, you know parlay?
Oh, parlay, yeah. You are hilarious.
No, I just like smiling.
Yeah, sure. So, Janisha, tell me, man, what is it that you want out of life? Because I haven't forgot that you're here.
You're good.
I want out of life, I want a lot of things.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not always about, I want to, like you said, we rich in the heart. And I'm not even all the way there. I'm still working.
And in the mind.
But
before you even have $500,000, you gotta appreciate 5.
For sure.
You gotta treat 5 like it's 500.
Exactly. I'm not gonna go ahead and fuck off and go buy a big ass house and a car. I need to keep that same income coming for me to even dare think about going to buy a Range Rover or a Benz truck. Cool. You got to have that same income coming in, and that's where people fuck up and go broke in a couple years. But my goal is to have a women's building. They just don't feel pretty. Like, I want to change that. Like, you should always love yourself. I don't care what you go through.
Right.
Or, I mean, to me, it makes you a warrior. Like,
Sure.
God is using you. Like, that's what you don't understand. Like, I probably ain't really hit rock bottom, or I don't want to ever hit rock bottom, but I haven't been through something that's just broke me down all the way. And my time is coming. Pretty sure. But it's either I'm going to learn from it, or I'm going to dwell on it and sit on it and feel sorry for myself.
Right.
And that's just not what I want to do. But anyway, I want to you're in. Ooh,
I'm just trying to get it on the side.
it's fine. Yeah.
Okay. I'm good.
This is why I have a short temper. His ass.
Well, you
But
know,
anyway,
we gotta control that. We gotta tame that. We have to monitor that
for
because
sure, but only when we're in the four walls, you're gonna get this issue. But in public, I'm gonna let it ride. It's fine.
Just in the corner.
Leave me
But it's in
alone.
the
Okay,
corner.
I got it. Ooh. Okay, but I do want to help.
Let it spread.
I want to. I want to help young ladies and women, especially women with children, get back on their feet one day. Shelter them.
Or
Let's say that you really can't. These makeup artists and hairstylists, they taxing nowadays. So I want to grab girls from where or Rome, Georgia, or Clarksville, and I want to take care of their prom because some people can't afford it. I had a friend that couldn't afford to go to prom. I was the type of girl who was like, fuck prom, I'm in the after party, I'm up through there.
I didn't go to mine.
Like, I'm not trying to go hear no damn. They don't even play Nuck If You Buck. They was playing some country shit. I was not about to be in no dress, tired, and that shit. So I saw everybody after, but there was so many people I knew that just couldn't afford to go. I had friends that were just like, their parents would make them babysit their siblings, like, no choice. Like, I'm leaving him here with you. I'm going to the club. Bye. Like, that's a child. Like, that's something I would never understand. I ain't gonna speak on nobody's parenting. But it was a lot of people out there. They couldn't afford to do it. Or, like, they just felt ugly. And makeup makes everybody feel pretty, but also...
I kind of I understood that, but at the same time, I don't, because some...
But it's also what's within. Like, if you hate your attitude, that's something mentally you need to fix. If you hate someone, like, the stuff about you on the inside. But to me, everybody's beautiful. And if you want to get dolled up one day and feel beautiful, do that. I'm going to do that for you. And I'm going to teach you something in advance. Like, this is not forever, like Tara said. Like, what you're going through now is not always going to be your situation. But it will be as long as you want to stay comfortable. Because life is not about being comfortable.
And that takes me back to choices. It goes back to being content in life, being stable in where you are. It's a choice. To choose not to go after your ambitions and what it is that you aspire for, that you dream, that every waking moment that you look at and you can't even fathom the thought of somebody else having it, and a rage builds up inside you, and it starts to fester and it starts to spread into anger, and that shit, you start to dwell in that manifestation of that emotion, brings out such hatred in you to where you're willing to just sacrifice and kill. That's crazy. You see what I'm saying? And when you break this shit down, when you fully unpack that shit, that's what allow of the
mental illness
the
again.
mindset is
Tiana, you can really hit on that part.
The mindset that's going on out here is that, you know what I'm saying, we become so like hypnotized with the thing that we long for, the thing that we want.
Money is the root of all evil.
And so much that we're willing to kill for it and take it. And it's really crazy. That's why, you know, understanding the true value of monetary value is very important, and what it is to you, like what it is that you really want in life, I feel is going to
take you there.
Yeah, and not only that, but it's going to
I want to help people, not rob them, like create boutiques from wholesale stores.
It's going to set the course. Sorry, it's going to set the course for what it is that you want.
Yeah.
And what and where you gonna go in life and your emotions and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? So, it's just a matter of what it is that you truly want out of this thing, man, and what steps you willing to put in and day out. And your circumstance too.
Oh, well, one day I was on Instagram and I was looking at Taraji P. Henson's story. She said that she upped and moved to California with only $700.
And she was pregnant with her son.
Yes.
Yeah.
So you telling me that you scared to go somewhere because you broke?
Right.
That $700 took her and made her. Like it got her to where she needed to be. It took time, but like she wasn't scared. So she shook out of it. And that's something, just do it. Like that's what life's about. Just do it. If you have the opportunity to do something, do it.
There you go. My aunt told me, she was like, there'll never be a perfect time
For anything.
For anything.
Just do it.
Yeah. It's only gonna be the perfect time when you have already done it and you can look back on it and be like, yeah, I made the right decision because that was the decision that I wanted to make.
Exactly. And it changed your life, forever. So that day, always a day in your lifetime that's gonna change you mentally, physically, and spiritually.
Fast. Shit. Cuz, there anything you'd like to say before we get the fuck up out of here?
I agree with everything you guys said.
That's so beautiful. You're such a sweetheart.
Yeah.
Such a saint.
Yeah, like you said, people
she's
go
over
through
looking
things.
at Pornhub.
That's
Go
not. This is Pornhub. Wow. Okay.
I'm dead, but yeah, yeah. Life is crazy.
No, it really is.
Life is good.
Real shit. But at the same time, we really don't know what the fuck it is. That's what I feel the beauty of it is.
Crazy things do happen in life. Everybody goes through experiences, love and survival. I'm with all of that. Yes, I understand. It's crazy. And sometimes people don't even know what you go through. They just see this outer shell. They just see what you show them, which is what I feel like social media should be. Show people what you want them to see. If it's real, okay, who knows? If they don't know, okay. But
it's so entertaining.
It's so entertaining. Like the Shade Room, like come on now. Like these folks literally make money off posting like 800 posts a day just to ridicule, criticize, or just like
tear down
or promote like very funny things.
Hateful people, bro.
This is why I always look at Instagram and like social media period as like just entertainment. Because after I do this or record myself or somebody else, I'm instantly doing this. I'm back on my phone editing a video that I just recorded, and then I'll post it. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like none of it is real. It's all in the moment.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And
some people really do take it seriously.
And that's the joke of it all. You know what I'm saying?
And they truly don't have a life.
Like, have you ever heard of the phrase memento mori? Mm-hmm. It's Latin for remember to die. And I'm honestly thinking about it because really it's this guy. He was a poet in Italy. And he used to have a head. No, actually, it was a professor at I think like Oklahoma or Iowa or some shit here in the States. And he used to have a skull next to his desk in his study, and it was pretty much just a reminder, like how life is just a joke, like it's just a game. At the end of the day, we can act hard. You know what I'm saying? As men, we can go through life, with this ego, thinking that we're something that we really aspire to be, not necessarily that we're not. It's something that we aspire to be, and we can lie to ourselves when we wake up in the morning. Men and women, it goes both ways, and we can live this life and portray and surround ourselves with these various people that we really hate to be around at the end of the day. But then yet and still, we die. So if you're not enjoying this life with happiness, I truly feel like it's not a life worth living. I feel like it's a wasted life you know, once your people put you 6 feet deep, because a lot of the times I saw a quote and it was like, the people that you surround yourself with, be sure, you know what I'm saying? Be very sure that these are people that you want to be with longevity wise, because if you can't see them burying you or carrying you to
You need to
6
let them
feet,
go, and that happened a long time ago. I've been chucked up the deuces to everybody. Everybody that's around me right now, they're here forever, or if not, I'm pulling up and I'm shooting their ass.
That's what I do too.
but
Vanish.
you already know, man. I'm not gonna take up too much of you guys' time. I appreciate you guys. Even my CF that has built us. I appreciate you
She
guys.
was there accountable.
There it is, countable. See, and that's why. So, you know, I appreciate y'all for coming through. It's been a great, constructive conversation, and we're gonna have to do it again for sure. Peace, love, and prosperity as always. I wish nothing but love and happiness
Always.
and riches to
Stay
all
you,
of you.
stay true.
And
Take it day by day.
bounce.